There is one last thing that we haven't covered yet when it comes down to framing, and that is the background. What is happening in the background? We got a nice medium shot of the talent framed by the rule of thirds. And although this is a good shot, we forgot to think about what's going on in the background. So actually, this is not such a great shot. We have a tree right behind the talent, and it sticks out from behind the talent's head. This feels very odd and something you always want to avoid. So if there's a tree, a pole, or anything else that could stick out from behind the subject, make sure to avoid that. So always place a tree like this next to the subject, or perhaps cut it a little bit out of the frame if you don't want to pull attention to it. Now, apart from framing, the background also tells us where we are. In a medium shot like this, the subject is very prominent in the shot, and we don't see much of the background. But we do feel that we are in a forest or at some kind of a park because we can see trees in the background. So that's why we, as the filmmaker, need to think about what's going on in the background and what we want in the background. What fits best for my story? Does it make sense that we are surrounded by trees, or is it best to go inside and have a living room in the background? That's for us to decide. So with this lesson, I only wanted you to be aware of the background. Look at it and ask yourself the question whether or not there is something annoying and if it makes sense. Also, the elements in the background need to be framed properly. And now, let's take that small break. Grab your camera or even your phone and try out some of these framing techniques. Ask a friend, or if there's nobody available, just film your teddy bear. Practice those long shots, medium shots, and close-up while you follow the rule of thirds. And if you can, even enable that grid as an overlay on your camera. And finally, see what you can do with foreground objects. Practice that a bit, and when you feel ready, come back and we'll continue with the rest.